Justice Akpovi's decision, and I repeat, Justice Akpovi's decision to use a pre-election matter to attempt to void the supreme will of our people disappointing, and we will challenge it vigorously at the appeal court. And God's willing, we will claim the sacred victory given to us, for which they have one pulling in it out of 346, men of no shame, and they rush to court because they want to destroy the integrity of our judiciary. We, the Imo of today, have acquired a tag of a breeding ground for activities undermining democracy, electoral process, rule of law, and even daily waste of human life. People are being killed left, right, and center, and the organs harvested.
Beg, if you don't well, listen to this video. I beg, people ready in state and then get this video. Anything you do now, we will carry you go tiger base. I go live for you.
Good evening, wonderful people, great BIAFRANs, wherever you are, on the face of this very planet Earth, especially those of you watching me live on Instagram. I welcome each and every one of you, and as I do welcome you, as always, I will ask you to welcome those around you. The time now is precisely 2 minutes past 7 p.m. in the blessed land of Biafra. And I should say, by the same number of minutes past the top of the hour, regardless of where you are, I welcome you by saying good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to some of you, because unlike any other, this very broadcast, simulcast on multiple platforms this very day, morning, noon, or night, depending on where you are, is being relayed right across the face of this very planet Earth. A lot of people are watching, a lot of people are listening.
Justice Akpovi's decision, and I repeat, Justice Akpovi's decision to use a pre-election to void the supreme will of our people is very disappointing, and we will challenge it vigorously at the appeal court. And God's willing, we will claim the sacred victory given to us. For we they have one plea in out of 346. Men of no shame, and they rush to court because they want to destroy the integrity of our judiciary. We, the Imo of today, have acquired a tag of a breeding ground for activities undermining democracy, electoral process, rule of law, and even daily waste of human life. People are being killed left, right, and center, and the organs harvested.
They killed. They went to Gamma Bayelsa, they killed. They went to Ibocha Trump rally, they killed. They came to my house, they slaughtered. Britain is saying to them, we are here, we are the British, nothing will happen. Nigeria belongs to us. Fulani, go and kill anybody you like. Form as many terrorist groups as you like. Nothing will happen. That is why today, Fulani is boasting of 7 terrorist groups. 7 formed by Fulani. 7. Nobody is killing them or bombing them. Nobody. But if you talk about freedom from these Fulani madness, they send people to kill you. And the Fulani that claim they went to school will support the persecution of their own people. That is why no Sabo will go free. God is, instead of Sabo to go free, let Biafra not come.
Instead of Sabo to go free. This is the words of our leader. This is the words of our leader, Maazin Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of Biafra all over the world. Our leader is telling everybody who cares to listen that instead of the Sabos to go free, let Biafra not arrive. Let Biafra not come. It means that the Sabos are more dangerous than the Biafra itself. It means that the Sabos are more destructive. And if they are allowed into Biafra, they are going to cause more harm than good. So our leader is saying, instead of Sabos to go scot-free, let Biafra first of all wait until we deal with these Sabos. And the Sabos are many. The Sabos are many. They are everywhere. They will continue their sabotage. They will continue the sabotage. They will continue their evil plans against Biafra, against our freedom. But they are not going to succeed. We will not allow them to succeed. We will never allow them to succeed. Instead of them to be allowed to succeed, let Biafra not be restored. That is what our leader said. It is very important that we understand the fight that we find ourselves in. It is a fight for our survival. It is a fight for our people to be. It is a fight for a better society for our people. So our leader understands that fight very, very well. That is why he said that instead of us to allow those who are coming to destroy what we are doing, instead of us to allow them to leave, let Biafra not be restored. So therefore, it is our responsibility, each and every one of us, to understand the situation we find ourselves. We find ourselves in a scenario whereby we are in contact with people to be free. Are being bankroled by the terrorist Nigerian state. They are part of us somehow, and they continue to perpetuate evil. They continue to support the terrorists against us. They continue to support the annihilation against us. They continue to intimidate us with their state apparatus. Some Biafrans make themselves available as tools to be used against their own people, even when they know that they are doing the wrong thing, because of the financial inducement, because of the monetary involvement. They damn all the consequences of their action and continue to go ahead with their sabotage, with their propaganda against our government. Even when they see what the government of Biafra is doing for our freedom, even when they saw and whether have seen the positive outcome of the Biafran Republic government in exile, the positive result that the lobbyists, the attorneys, in conjunction with our acting Prime Minister Ogechukwu Nkere, even when they see the positive result that is coming from Washington, D.C., but because their position have been compromised, they continue to go ahead with their sabotage. They understand the volatile nature of Nigeria. They know that Nigeria is not a workable society. They understand that very well. They understand the precarious situation they find themselves in that part of the world. They understand that the insecurity that is happening is caused by the Nigerian state. They understand that Ebubago, Udogachi, all these militia that are created by their governors in their various states that the Nigerian government gave them position to control, they understand the atrocity that these people are committing. They continue to propagate evil against the Biafran Republic government in exile, against the Biafran Defense Forces, and against the acting Prime Minister Ogechukwu Nkere. Everybody knows too well that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu offers a solution for the teeming population of Nigeria. He offered them a lifeline solution to their problems. But those who are involved in that trust have bedeviled Nigeria. they will see Mazin and the Kano as a problem. That is why they made the mistake of their lives by going all the way to Kenya to kidnap Mazin and the Kano, even when he committed no crime. Even when they understand that Prime Minister Simon Ekpa is a solution to the problem that Nigeria government and the people are facing, they tend to criminalize the activity and the support that Simon Ekpa and Joko has given to the Biafran people for their freedom. Even in our government, the Nigerian government recruited a lot of those who love money, who love influence, and who love power. They recruited into the government, promised them heaven and earth, and in return, their job is to sabotage the Biafran freedom. Their job is to spy on our government and bring information to them so that they can see if they can try or they can succeed in destroying BRGIE. So all these people knows that the Biafran government is on the right track. They know that our acting Prime Minister Ogechukwu Nkere is doing the right thing. But they will continue to tell you that, oh, Ogechukwu Nkere is not doing the right thing. He is this and he is that. I want you to listen.
No problem, they can kill as long as there is no problem. The same thing they handed over to Hausa can kill. That's why the idiotic Yoruba man, Solomon or Babatunde, every year he can also join the killing. They don't have weapons. They are sending our people to Medjugorje to kill them. Nobody to speak for them. It is the worst set of leadership I've ever seen in the history of our people. I've studied our people very well. The very worst. I think it was bad. This is the very worst of the worst. Idiots everywhere. They want to be respected. They're called. And I said I will never insult them, but if you leave them in their
We have been on the run. The Imeg have taken over our land. You can see people.
No, the killing of our people. That was why Britain was in Lagos engineering against Ojukwu on Aburi and
But this did not start today. It has always been there. Killing.
They continue to kill and displace our people. They continue to commit atrocity against our people. We are not going to allow them to succeed. I want you to understand that the Biafran people have decided to be free out of Nigeria. Our acting Prime Minister Ogechukwu Nkere is the man that the bulk of the leadership have fallen upon his soldiers. And he is doing exceptionally well for the freedom of our. But what did some individuals do? They tried to sabotage what we are doing. They tried to take over our government. They now tell you that Ogechukwu Nkere is an agent of the Nigerian state. They now tell you that Ogechukwu Nkere is embezzling money. They now tell you that Ogechukwu Nkere has been sacked. Even after months and months of continued propagation of propaganda on the social media, there is nothing to show that they are in control. The headquarters of the Biafran Republic government in Ezza is under Ogechukwu Nkere. On our Saturday donations, Ogechukwu Nkere uses that office to speak to Biafrans. But those who say that Ogechukwu Nkere has been suspended, most of them are in Germany, most of them are in Switzerland, most of them are in France, most of them are in UK. You can't see them do anything for the betterment of the Biafran people. You can't even see them to come out and hold press briefing for the Biafran that they say, oh, I'm in charge, CRC is in charge, this and that. You go on social media, their media errats, the misinformed youth who have sold themselves to the devil, they are sold to the enemy. They will continue to call the name of our acting Prime Minister, Ogechukwu Nkere. Instead of them to focus on the freedom that they come to fight, they will always continue to shout, continue to rant, nothing to show for it. Since after the coup that failed, only in social media you see them ranting. But on ground, there is nothing to show for it. Their contributions are always going to Bubago, those who are fighting against the Biafran Defense Forces. I want you to listen how they are shouting and how they are crying, how they continue to complain.
Continue to kill our people. And you want to tell me that with the same people who are watching them, they kill you every day, and you want to continue to beg them. This is not time to beg anybody. This is time for our people to rise up and do the needful. Everybody rise up and do the needful. You understand? All this waiting and listening, waiting for this country to come and assist you, for this country to help you, for this country to do this. This is what Udoku told us that we do after the declaration convention. This is what he told us, that this is the step that you're supposed to take immediately after that convention.
They are telling you that we don't need our lobbyists. They will tell you that we need to put everywhere in flames. They will tell you that, oh, what we need at this time is to increase the tempo of water. They are at the same time discouraging people from donating. They are the same people that are telling you that you are donating to the wrong side. They know the government that Odogwu stands for, which is BRGIE. They know whom Odogwu was using as the finance minister while he was there, which is our acting prime minister now, Ogechukwu Nkere. They were here when Ogechukwu Nkere was elected as the acting prime minister. But because they have a project to execute, they now turn around and start calling Ogechukwu Nkere a criminal and telling you that he is not doing the right thing. Listen to what our PM said.
We have built the foundation, have a more organized government. We have started the self-defense of Biafra, not only against the terrorist state, but making sure that nobody comes to Biafra land and kill. So when you are going out there, using diplomatic channel to send to what
When you are going out there, you have to use diplomatic channels. Odogwu is telling you that when you are going to fight, now that we have restored Biafra, the diplomatic channel, which is the lobbyist, which is the attorneys, we are going to use it to seek redress of all the activities that the Nigerian government have embarked in our land that are destructive to the people. It is our attorneys and our lobbyists that is going to use it against the Nigerian government in American Congress. But these people came out and told you that you don't need a lobbyist. In other words, you don't need this international engagement. They only want you to start shooting guns without having anybody to speak for you in Washington, D.C.
happened to Biafra. You need to be speaking in a language that will wake up is dead spirit. And what is that language? Language is that if you come to kill with arms, we are going to retaliate and defend ourselves and we first kill. That's exactly what is going on today in Nigeria. They are hiding it. We are posting it. We're exposing it. Trying to create awareness for the world to know what is going on. So now that we have lobby firm and we have lobbies, all they need to do is that there is not this speech I'm making now. No. The world don't listen to this speech. They have killed us enough and nobody reacted. Not even one single person from Nigeria has been responsible for the genocide against them. We can kill and killed over 2,000 people. Today, he is the minister of Health City. Nobody has been arrested to face ISIS. And it will never happen. But you know what? We have beginning to speak a language. And that language is Hutu language. When they come to do that atrocity, we face them. And what we have to do is to make sure we have more powerful, sophisticated people than them. That is the language the United Nations will listen to. That language will go very, very loud. And by the time it will be going loud, we already have the lobbies that will be presenting facts and figures. What is going on, why this is happening, and why it must be addressed. Without that, you will shout for Biafra for 100 years, nobody listens to you. You will yield, nobody will listen to you. It has happened.
You hear what Obatobie said? We should be funding our Biafran defense forces vigorously so that they can be giving the enemy woto, morning, afternoon, and night. In other words, Obatobie is telling Biafrans that what we need at this particular time is to make sure that the Biafran defense forces are funded in order to prevent what is happening in these communities, our people from running out of their communities. Obatobie is telling everybody that we should come together and fund the Biafran defense forces. But what is the coup plotters telling you and their misinformed media rodents? They are telling you, oh, every day you are contributing money. Where is the money going into? Oh, you should stop the lobbyists. You should stop the attorney. You should only focus on the liberation in the homeland. But Obatobie never told you that we are only going to focus on the liberation in the homeland. Obatobie told you that while the liberation is going on in the homeland, the lobbyists will be doing the diplomatic work in diaspora. But what are these people telling you? What are these people telling you?
So now the question is, which result are we presenting to the lobbyists? Can they show me? Show me one result. The result, fact and figures, is about what is happening in Biafra land, how we are taking over our territory. These are the results that is needed, that we need to present to these lobbies, and the lobbies will present it to the Congress. This is what we need. But ask them, when is the result now? That result that we need to present to them, where is the result? We have not even taken over even 1 inch of our territory.
Here you see them complaining, oh, we have not taken in each territory, but they told you that they are in charge. Told you that they are in charge, that our acting Prime Minister, Ogechukwu Nkere, is not in charge. They told you that the money that you are donating and on the ground. They ask you not to support. They ask you not to donate. But here they are telling you, oh, we need to take control of our territory. How can you take control of your territory if you are not funding the men that are supposed to take control of that territory? How will you take control of your territory when you are telling Biafrans, Biafrans that they don't need to donate?
Now, how many months? Not even an inch. And somebody will come and tell me that we should calm down. That Biafra is here, that we are close to Biafra. Which Biafra? And when you talk to some of our people, they will think that this person, what is he talking about? We have to see. You cannot sit down and America will come and give you freedom. It's not possible. You can't.
Nobody is sitting down for Americans to come and give them freedom. The Biafran people are fighting in the homeland. Our Prime Minister made us to understand that this fight is multidimensional. While we are fighting for our liberation, the lobbyists are doing the needful in Washington, D.C. The media are also doing so. It is multidimensional. Nobody is sitting down and folding their hands. But what are they doing? They are castigating those who are donating. They are castigating those who are going to Washington, D.C. Ask this man that is speaking, what is his problem? He is good at speaking, but he is not bringing anything to the table. They told you that they are in charge. They said that, oh, APM has been suspended. If APM has been suspended and CRC is in charge and BAC is in charge, why are you now complaining? Who are you directing your question to? You should direct them to the people that you say are in charge. But because of envy, jealousy, and greed, they don't want to encourage people to do the right thing. Men on ground, we have all the resources that they need in order to fight vigorously, like he is stating here. But he is discouraging people from donating. He is telling you that we are not in charge, that BRJIE, acting prime minister, is not in charge. But he is not telling you, them that are in charge, what have they done all these months, only to come on social media, cry in the morning, cry in the afternoon, and cry in the evening with no result to show that they are doing anything.
Sit down. America will come and give you freedom. That is not going to happen. Freedom is not free. It's not free. So when you see anybody telling you that, no, don't worry, Biafra is very close to us. We are in Biafra. We are here. Nobody. Those things are just fake, as far as I'm concerned.
Of course, Biafra is very close to us. Of course, we are in Biafra because we have already restored the declaration that was made. What we are waiting for is recognition of Biafra and arresting the terrorists from our land. Okay? As well as everything the terrorists in our land. We are not folding our hands. What is our prime minister? What did our prime minister say? Our prime minister said we are fighting in all fronts. Elias and the Amanda Bere are taking care of the diplomatic job. Why we, the Biafran people, are focusing on the liberation. Okay, and the media is focusing on the awareness. So why is it not easy for these people to understand that we are already, our Obatobie made us to understand that Biafra is here already. Where in the history, when in the history of this freedom have we gotten to this level of achievement under Briggy? So why would somebody tell you that Biafra is far? Biafra is not far. The only thing that Biafra need at this time is for everybody to donate, everybody to support, so that the Biafran Defense Forces can take hold of our territory and control it. And they cannot control it without people donating for that cause. But what is this man saying? He is not even advocating that Biafrans donate to the government. Rather, he will advocate that, oh, people are donating and the money is not being used for what they are used for. They should be used for. And he will tell you that, oh, APM is not in charge. Now that you people are in charge, what have you done? Only to complain, only to lament, with no result to show for it.
Fine. The only time we'll be seeing Biafra close to us is when we start taking over our territory. That is when we start seeing Biafra.
That is the only time you, as an individual, we know Biafra is close to us. Okay, Biafra is already close to us. We know that. Our prime minister will come out. Our leader will come out. It is because of the closeness of the Biafra that made Finland to detain our prime minister. It is because of the closeness of Biafra that to Kenya and kidnap our leader. Who is telling you that Biafra is not close? Biafra is already here with us.
We are close to Biafra. Now we listen to you. But as it stands now, we are not close to anywhere.
We are close to Biafra. We are in Biafra. Don't listen to this uninformed coup plotter, information department speaker, or one of the misinformation ministers of EMA. Don't listen to what they are saying because they don't have information. They are here to destroy what we are doing. They are here to destroy what the Biafran Republic government in exile is doing. That is why whatever our government has done or has achieved, they can never acknowledge that. Even when our acting prime minister goes to Washington, D.C., and when he comes out, you see the backlash that Nigeria is facing from America. They will not acknowledge that it was our acting prime minister who made it possible. They will not acknowledge that it's the Biafran Republic government in exile who made it possible. They will not acknowledge the good work that the attorney and the lobbyists are doing because they are blind to reasoning. They will only come here and lament and cry and nothing to show that they are supporting the government.
When we start taking over our territory, we will be counting it from this community to this community, from state to state. We will be taking it from county to county, state to state. That is the only way that you will tell me that we are close to Biafra. Because that time that you have started taking over territory by territory, that is the only time the international community will listen to you. Anybody telling you any other thing again, that is telling you that we are now in a nation, and you are listening to those nonsense. And when our people are ready for freedom, we know. When they tell you these people you are donating money to, they are not doing anything that is going to give us freedom.
Did you hear that? He is discouraging people from making donation to the government. But he is the same person that is telling you, oh, that they are in charge. Oh, he's telling you that they are in charge. And he knows that the people know the government that is in charge. That is why the Biafran people are making donation to the Biafran Republic government in exile. And he is here discouraging people from making that donation. But tomorrow he'll come out and said, oh, we need to take over our territory. We need to control our territory. How can you control your territory when you are discouraging people from donating for that cause? When your work is to come on social media and try to tarnish the good work or the image of our acting prime minister, or try to fight the lobbyist or our attorney, what message are you sending out to Biafrans? You said that Imam Madabu is in charge, CRC is in charge. What has CRC done after months of spreading fake rumors and memos on social media? Have the CRC briefed any of you? Where are they working from? Have they gone to Washington, D.C.? Which lobbyists are they using? The same people that told you that you should not, Elia should resign. You should not be working again. So, these are propagandists that they have contracted to clear their image on social media. So, Biafrans, don't listen to all these people who are trying to discourage you from supporting your freedom. I want you to understand that the Prime Minister has a template for our freedom. And our acting Prime Minister, Ogechukwu Nkere, is following that template. That is the template that have gotten us this far. That is the template that have made the American government to look into the judiciary of Nigeria. That is the template that have made Canada to now proscribe APC and PDP. That is the template that is making American government to now look at the killings of the Christians in Nigeria. That is the template that the US government are now using in order to sanction Nigeria and as well as Finland. It is because of the actions and the lobbying efforts of our lobbyists that is bringing all this good news to our desk. But these people will not see that. They will continue to cry on social media. They will continue to cry and cry and cry. I want you to know, Biafrans, we are moving with speed. Don't let all these people discourage you from your support to your government, because without that support, our land will be overrun. Without that support, General Igwe Butuzo will not have men and resources to work and do the needful. So you must support the government vigorously. Allow them to continue to lament and cry.
This one, I will tell you this. They are not doing anything. They are just only giving you fake hope that something is happening when nothing is happening.
Ask him, is he talking about CRC? Because he said that CRC is in charge. Who is giving who? Is it the CRC? Of course, the CRC is not in existence. These are the coup plotters who wanted to take over the government. There is a very big hope at the end of the tunnel. There is joy that will come in the morning because our acting prime minister is doing, and we can see only the congressional testimony that he had. You see how the result is speaking for itself.
Nothing is happening.
Something is happening.
How can you tell me that we are close to Biafra when you if not even one, you are not controlling it. You are telling me that we are close to Biafra.
They are crying. They are lamenting.
We don't need all these lies and propaganda.
They said it's propaganda.
So those propaganda that those people are pushing there, giving you fake hope that they are very close to Biafra. Please stop listening to those nonsense. It's not important. At least let us try, even if it's one state. Let us try and see that we are controlling it. Then you see that the whole thing, everything will change immediately. As they very well, they will not be they cannot be able to do what they are doing in America. The best surgeons, best doctors, best engineers, their fans, they are doing very well. That is today they reason properly.
These are the people who are trying to destroy what we are doing.
Yeah, only God knows what that man is doing. The freedom fighter. You are fighting for freedom. You are telling people that Biafra is here, Biafra is here, Biafra is here, but if they ask you about anything, you can't say anything. Somebody was asking a update from PM. Look at what he's looking. Yeah, we know how last time that we spoke. In fact, this one. That's yes. You see this is a criminal. Do you know that Ogenkiri has his own army, and he kept it low key, like he doesn't want to say anything about his own army. And you know the funny thing, they mentioned it here. One man, the guy that is working for Ngozo Alabizi, his name is they always use the guy name. So his own guy name, I think he said so he was lamenting when he has a problem with another Ngozi's commander. So he was lamenting and saying, complaining. So there he said they organized and they contributed money. Okay, group came and carried the money and go.
You see how they continue to lie and lie and lie. There is no evidence. He's not telling you that Ogenkere has an army. In other words, he's trying to tell you that Ogechukwu Nkere is working with Ngozi Orabueze. These are people who their job is to only lie and lie through their anus, they lie through their nose. All around them is lies and deceit. And a lot of our people, we still believe this garbage that he's talking about. It is quite unfortunate that people allow themselves to be used against those who are genuinely fighting for freedom. You say Ogechukwu Nkere is a criminal. If you ask him about the evidence to this crime that he said Ogechukwu Nkere committed, he doesn't have any evidence. This is why these people, according to our leader, instead of Sabo to go scot-free, let Biafra not come. These people are going to pay a very huge and big price for trying to destroy our freedom.
And all this is all about raising our. So they use some of all this. They use this IPOP Nigeria. That is where this IPOP Nigeria came inside this struggle again. Ngozi project in Udogenkere. So they are using them to recruit boys, their men, to recruit their own security. And they always come out and tell us that when you just hear that like all this Surudu, they say they are forming a bag or they are Dukachi, they are forming or some all these communities. All these communities in Imo State, they say they are forming their own vigilante. Bro, all these vigilantes they are seeing that they are forming. Is Ngozi and the Okenkere's men. They will not come out and say it.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? This is what they are good at doing. He's telling you that Ogechukwu Nkere is forming vigilante. This is what they are speaking on their spaces. And people are listening to that garbage. If you ask him for evidence of that, he doesn't have evidence to that. Ogechukwu Nkere is the Biafran Republic government in Ezra acting prime minister. We have an army, the army of the people, which is the Biafran Defense Forces. So tell me what this animal, this useless, idiotic person is saying here. What is he actually saying? This is what they carry all manner of propaganda against our acting prime minister. This is to tell you that these people are agents of the Nigerian state.
From the videos that I've listened, that this Agado Rama was played on her program, I listened to those listens, so I realized that these people they are using all these ESN commanders that were they are those that they give amnesty. And some of them are in the Bible, some of them are working for Opus or them, and some of them are also working, they work for all these governments. So they are using them to recruit men. And all those things they are doing, when they recruit those people, they use those people to keep their fans organ harvesting. So Kirina is now doing organ harvesting.
Dear friends, I hope you are. This is what Ife is allowing on his face. If Ife is genuine in this freedom, look at what Ife is allowing in the space that he's hosting, that our acting prime minister Ogechukwu Nkere is now into organ harvesting. You can imagine that. They allow this because of the hatred they have for our acting prime minister. They allow this because they have lost out. They are known as the sabos of this 21st century. They are not going to succeed. All this propaganda will never sell because our acting prime minister is focused on his duty and nothing is going to stop him from accomplishing that task.
With his own security. And likewise in Ngozi too. That's what they do. In Biafra now. People are missing every day. People are dying every day in Biafra, missing. And all these security The thing is that all these things, you know, me. The thing is that when all these things, the reason why I don't always, there are some things I don't always, when I hear it, I will keep quiet. I will not say anything. For me, I like to see things like proof. You understand? Because before you see me, before you see me, I will come out and tell you. Like this thing I'm saying, that SAPM, that he was stopping people not to go and visit PM in Finland when they want to go and visit. That one proved it. Not be joke. Even himself no say waiting at the top now.
You see, Ife is telling you that acting Prime Minister Ogechukwu Nkere stopped people from going to Finland to see the Prime Minister. Proof there. Has he provided the proof? None. There is no proof to anything. Why will our acting Prime Minister stop people from going to Finland to see the Prime Minister? Was he not the first person that even sent people to go and see the Prime Minister the first time that they went? And they came back, he gave us update. So why are these people hell-bent on destroying the names of Ogechukwu Nkere? Because of the hatred they have for him.
That important big document without consulting PM or anybody. That one not confirm. Proof it. You know say that one not true. Say nothing. You know if you deny him anywhere. When I said that Elias was PM requested to see Elias, but he declined it. That one not confirm. Then no, all this is when I talk, then no. You understand? So when you see them doing protests in America, they are just doing those things for people to see, to think that they are working for PM to come out. That is a lie. That is a lie. There's when this man, this SAPM, many things when this man has been doing. Just think about it, that people that want to go and visit PM on their own, they want to go. This man was stopping them not to go and visit him.
Lies.
I'm telling you the truth. He was stopping them not to visit PM. I'm the one saying it. I'm not hiding it.
These are lies.
Record people's voice. Let them take this thing. Let them record it. I'll keep it. Let them send it to him. He told them not to visit, not to go and visit PM. You know that the kind of this thing that they have. You know that this one. The people that he stopped.
Liars from the pit of hell.
The zoo called Nigeria till today, a part of Britain have now said that they're going to divide. They will leave. Scotland will leave. Wales will leave. Northern Ireland will join the Irish Republic. And you only have the Little England at last. And when all these things are happening to them because of their pride and ego, they will not acknowledge that the work they did against the children of God in Biafra land is what is responsible for their demise as a once great nation or a once great people. They are also on the path of decline, and nothing can reverse it unless they stop meddling in the affairs of Biafra. The United Kingdom is over, and a new union should be crafted to reflect a voluntary association of 4 nations. In other words, Britain will no longer exist. You have England, you have Wales, you have Scotland, and you have Northern Ireland. The reason for that is because they meddled in the affairs of the children of God. As I told you earlier, Almighty God in heaven has a way of punishing his children, and we have been roundly punished, believe you me. If you have to be subjugated under the very cruel, barbaric rule of Fulani Janjaweedism, you will understand what we are talking about. As I'm speaking to you right now, most villages are under siege. There are killings and rapings, abductions and murder going on right across the length and breadth of the Zoological Republic. But they cannot understand what is happening to them. They know that the problem of insecurity in Nigeria is intractable for the simple reason that they have failed, should I say, to allow Biafra to go. The sooner they understand this or realize this, the better for everybody. But I'm not sure they will, because they are very stubborn. And as God hardened the heart of Pharaoh to fail, so are they also going to fail. And that is why those of them who are in Benue State, that is why the likes of Governor Autumn or the very young man who was mouthing his rubbish a day or two ago concerning the deployment of Eastern Security Network into Lower Benue is in for a very, very difficult and horrible experience of their lives. I must warn also Governor Autumn of Benue State. I am not laying claim to Benue State, the entirety of Benue State, not at all. What I'm making very clear to you is that there are Igbo people, Igbo communities, not traders, not migrants, not settlers, no. These are our traditional towns, communities, and villages wickedly gerrymandered into the north. That you have Igbo people today answering Igbo names, speaking Igbo language, who are answering to Northerners. An abomination before God Almighty in heaven. I will not allow it to continue. Those Igbo speaking parts of Benue State is part and parcel of Biafra, part and parcel of the eastern region. And should anything happen to them, if you fail to control Fulani incursion into that very territory, then ESN will continue to do their work. And I have commended them earlier and allow me to do so again at this very moment. I commend the men and women, not just of our high command, but also of the Eastern Security Network that successfully pursued and apprehended a notorious Fulani bandit by the name Muhammad Isa. We have the videos. For those of them claiming he's an old man, they're all lying.
So why they are complaining?
They are alive now. They are alive. You know, I cannot deny it. How can you come out and...
Ife is telling you, Ife, this is the voice of Ife, telling you that he has evidence that our acting Prime Minister, Mazi Ogechukwu Nkere, was preventing people from going to Finland. But he has not been able to make that evidence public. And I want you to know that these are the people who will do everything possible to tarnish the image of the acting Prime Minister. If actually they have any evidence, I don't think they will say it by their mouth. They will only release the evidence, just like you saw what they are doing recently. But this is just for you to know how evil all these people are. How these people are in this struggle. They are here to destroy. It's like they accuse Mazin and the Kano of all manner of evil against IPOB. They also accuse our Prime Minister. They are now accusing our acting Prime Minister, Ife, of all people, saying that he has evidence. Evidence that somebody want to go to visit our prime minister, and he said the person should not go. But he does not want to present that evidence before the Biafran people so that we can judge the case by ourselves. Quite unfortunate.
Call him my boss. But when you leave the place, you will not go back there, and you will go there and start telling them not to go and visit the same person you call your boss. You are telling them not to visit them. And people like us, when we know this thing, you want me to support you. This is, I'm telling you, 100% fact. You know.
Bring the evidence. It's not about fact.
He was stopping them not to visit him.
And he's pretending that tell us that our PM is his boss. This, that, and that, and that.
That time he was shouting, my boss, my boss. He was telling the people that want to go there to visit him not to go.
Should give us which person did he tell?
For security reasons, we don't want to mention anybody's name, but
PM know why he made SCPM resident agent. To me, I can tell you that that is a lie. From the original BG document, yes, from original BG document, there is nothing like resident agent anywhere. SAPM in that document is resident agent, nothing like resident agent. And in that document, they have three directors. He's not even one of the directors. So he has no power to alter that document. The only people that can take decision to amend that document is the directors. But he went.
It is quite unfortunate. What you don't know is bigger than you. Who made these people directors? Who made the people that you are talking about directors? It is the resident, the person who is the registrar, the owner of that corporation, non-stock corporation, which is our acting Prime Minister, Ogechukwu Nkere. You know, we are past that stage. We are past the stage of trying to educate all these people. But it is very, very sad that people who you expected to be enlightened, who you expected to be reasonable, are now disappointing you, are now disappointing your expectation. All of them are crying because they know that they cannot stop our acting Prime Minister, what he's doing for our people to be free. Why they are crying and discouraging people not to donate, this is the result. This, what you see here, is the result.
Face more demonstrations.
We have a pain. The X-men are disturbing us. They are fighting us. They are not allowing us to do our normal business, the farm that we are doing. They are raping our women, our guests. So our husband, they cannot even go to the bush to do anything.
The government, the House of Assembly has another law that open grazing is prohibited. And if the open grazing is prohibited,
why the likes of Ife is discouraging people from donating to the Biafran Defense Forces. The Nigerian government are de-radicalizing, according to them, their fighters whom they are going to send to Biafran land. Why Ife and his likes are telling you not to donate to your freedom, the Boko Haram, the Nigerian government, are bringing terrorists in our land. And if you don't have equipment, materials to combat these terrorists, what you just watched now will be the case in our various communities. So while we are focused on funding our liberation, these people are here gossiping and telling you resident agent, agents resident president. These are not things that we should be worried about. But that is their main problem, because Ogechukwu Nkere is in a position to make things happen for Biafra, and they don't like it. They hate him with a passion. They don't want him to succeed. That is why you see them plotting against the government. You see them fighting Ogechukwu Nkere. They see them doing all manner of things in order to stop Ogechukwu Nkere. But they are not going to succeed, because Ogechukwu Nkere was chosen for a time like this.
The way he did something like that. Sometimes I always think it's like a course. It's like a course. Because anytime we're about to achieve something, there must be problem. Then we'll go back to 5 years. We'll go back 5 years.
Exactly. Anytime the Biafran government want to achieve something, people like Ife University, Mazda K, the one they call himself Chukwumeze Ekwensu, Helen Peters, Wari's sister, people like them will just crop up. When we want to declare Biafra, when we want to restore the declaration, Ngozi came up with her group and tried to destroy what we are doing, and eventually succeeded in setting us back. Exactly what he's saying. And he is a part of those who are setting us back. Ngozi just came out and tried to hijack the government. And after we have now defeated Ngozi, and while we are trying to make hay in Washington, D.C., Imam Madabu and his group, now with Ife, all of them, came out of nowhere to destroy what we are doing, focusing on our finance and focusing on our defense. And remember what our Prime Minister told us about the defense and about the finance, that these are no-go areas. These are areas that are classified. But did they understand what classification is all about? If they did, why are they fighting our finance? Why are they fighting the finance minister? And why are they fighting our defense? That is to show you that they are agents of the state. Very, very unfortunate. And we are going to hold each and every one of them responsible for what they try to do. They try to destroy our government. I will not allow that to happen.
We can start from beginning. These are our people, eh? These are our people. That's why when I listen to that statement, when Master Namdekano said that Sabu.
Okay, let me send a link so that anybody that wants to comment, I can see Academic Kindness. Anybody who wants to comment can join us on the studio. I want us to understand that all these people are agents of destruction. Agent of destruction, you think that they are here with us, whereas they are not here with us. You think that they are fighting freedom with us, whereas they are here to destroy what we are doing. Instead of them to join hands to promote and support what our acting Prime Minister Ogechukwu Nkere is doing, they are rather here to fight against what our acting Prime Minister is doing. And that is very sad. That is very, very sad. We will continue to expose all their atrocities against our government, against our acting prime minister. We will continue to expose them. These are the people who don't know what resident agent is. They don't know the article of registration, what it really stands for. They are only here to make noise.
A good leader. Immediately they make you APM. You're supposed to leave the office of finance minister. You cannot be the acting prime minister and be the finance minister.
You see, you see the lack of knowledge and understanding. We need to explain these people that Ogechukwu Nkere is not the prime minister. He is acting for the prime minister. So if we should relinquish his position as the finance minister, he should give it to you people. And that is what they expected him to do, so that they are going to hijack the finance of BRGIE. Now that they could not hijack the finance, they started fighting him. They come out with, oh, you are occupying this position, you're occupying that position, in order to see if they can, force him into resignation, so that they come and scramble for our financial department so that they can destroy it. But they don't know that Ogechukwu Nkere was built for a time like this. They should understand that he was actually designed for a moment like this. Very, very important. Yes, if you want to make your contribution, you can call in and make your contribution. Very, very important. Academic kindness, I can see your line. Please, anybody can call to make his contribution. One thing is very certain: these people are agents of destruction. They want to destroy what we are doing. They want to make sure that they discourage the good work that our acting prime minister is doing. But they don't know that Ogechukwu Nkere is a messenger. Like he said, that he is a messenger and he is doing the work for which he was sent to do. Very important.
You cannot be a president and be the finance minister of the country. It's not possible. I don't know if these people think that.
If you welcome, can you welcome the presence of our acting information minister? Information minister. I think he's in the house.
You know that these people, their target is Raphael. They were thinking that when this thing happen, all of them will face Raphael. They don't know, say people see the.
Look at what they are saying. Who is Raphael? Raphael that is unstable. Raphael that is not reliable. Raphael that is a criminal. Raphael that is a propagandist. So, ten feather, they flock together. Academic kindness. Please call on the number on the screen. Call on the number on the screen, please. The number on the screen, 875692-392. Call on the number on the screen, 87-258-8756-92-392. Call on the number on the screen, 25 plus 258 875692-392, and make your contribution. Call the number on the screen, please. His academic kindness, please call the number on the screen. Please call the number on the screen, plus 257 plus 258 plus 258 875692 392. That is the number you can get. Okay, Academic Kindness is joining us live from his studio. Hello, sir. Academic Kindness. You're welcome to the questionnaire. Good afternoon from here, sir. Academic Kindness, can you hear me? I can't hear you, sir. Academic Kindness, we can't hear you. Good afternoon from here. Please, your network or your speaker is not coming out. Your voice is not coming out. If you can hear me, do something about that. From my end, you are good to go. We can't hear you, Academic Kindness. Please, if you can come back again, put your mic in order, sir.
Let me mute my mic. And then yes, I can hear you also. Alright. So, can you guys? I can't hear you again, though.
So all these people, they know what they are doing. They will not say they don't know what they are doing. They don't know that what they are doing is against BRGIE. They know what they are actually doing. So Ife or Rafa Jaire or Mazda K or Ekwensu or Helen Peters or Emerson or Warri's sister, all of them are university bright. Each and every one of them are going to answer to all this propaganda they have carried out against our government, against our APM, and against our information minister. They are not going to go scot-free. They have to face the government of Biafra, the Lord of Biafra, when Biafra is fully restored, because their actions were inimical, their actions were contrary against the stand of our government, while we are fighting for our freedom, while they were here supporting the government when the Prime Minister was here. Immediately the Prime Minister was called for questioning, they now turned against the same government that they were supporting, the same government that they supported, the same government that the Prime Minister was in charge of. They are now fighting the man whom the Prime Minister chose to be the finance minister. They were also fighting against the men on the ground, the Biafran Defense Forces. They fought against success. They called him all manner of names. They fought against the defense forces, telling you that, oh, they are not getting their logistics where they have no proof. It is quite unfortunate. These agents of Nigeria are in our midst. But thank God we were able to discover them. They now bring themselves out, and we can now put them in a place that they belong to. Because in the first place, they should not be here to fight for freedom with us. They belong to Nigeria, and that is where they will remain. For the atrocity against our government, they are going to be held responsible and accountable for what they have done against our government. and against our acting Prime Minister, Ogechukwu Nkere. It is quite unfortunate that at this critical time and at this stage that we are close to our freedom, the American government are listening to us, that the lobbyists and our army are doing wonderfully well in Washington, D.C. It is at this same time that all these people came to fight against our government. They tell you that Ogechukwu Nkere is only going to Washington, D.C. to take pictures. You ask them to, they on their own should as well go to Washington, D.C. and take their own pictures. But you will not see them go and take pictures and bring to us. But the man that can go to Washington, D.C. and take picture, they now criminalize his activity. They now tell you that the man is not working for the government. They try to tarnish the image of the man who is a messenger of Briggy, a man that was choosing to stand at this time that the Prime Minister is not here, a man that had put every resources available to him to make sure that we are free as a people, a man that has even his business is on the line, his life is on the line. He is only focused on Biafran freedom. Leaders. This is the man that the likes of Ife, University, Mazdeke, Helen Peters, Abdere and co are castigating. It is quite unfortunate.
I want to make Mazaki hear this. I want to make you explain something to make I want to understand this point. Listen. I mistakenly jumped in one of these space that they still using BROGIE. BROGIE is registered just like Biafra Republic Government in Pesa. Nah, Mazaki, BROGIE is registered just like the Biafra Republic Government in Pesa. Guys, don't know the meaning of BROGIE. This one don't drink. Don't drink. Information minister, I think you should handle this one for us.
See who they are calling information minister. Misinformation minister. If that was a mistake, is that something that everybody should laugh over? This is to tell you that all these people are enemies of Biafra. Even our prime minister, our leader, can make such mistake. BRGIE, Biafra Republic Government in Exile, they were all registered. So I don't see anything wrong in that if he mentioned it in 2 times. But then, because all these people are agents of the Nigerian state, everything for them is what they will use as a propaganda for their selfish reasons. It is quite unfortunate. Academic Kindness, you are welcome. Good afternoon from here, sir. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, and there were.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Thank you so much. Thank you for joining me. Yes, I can hear you, sir. Welcome to the questionnaire, sir.
Yeah, good evening from this area. Although I didn't wanted to join the studio, but I've been trying to call you directly. But I see it wasn't possible. Maybe I was calling the wrong number. So
no,
anyway,
there is a number on the screen. You don't know the number?
The proper was not opportune to.
Okay, sorry.
To seeing it. Already I am here. So I wanted to give a little, opinion opinion. I want to lay a
your voice is fluctuating, sir.
Concerning some of those propagandas they'll be using, to deceiving people. Can you hear me clear now?
Loud and clear, sir. Go ahead with that tempo, sir. Yes.
Okay. I said that I wanted to say something so that some people would be more cleared concerning all these propagandas that they are blowing here, starting from that of Finland. I'm saying that that is, if I want to go and see, if anybody wants to go and see Prime Minister, you don't need the permission of anybody in Brigi to go and see Prime Minister. You know whose permission you needed? Permission from Finland, police, from Finnish government, of which it is there clearly written in the website. If you want to see any detention, you don't need, the government of Brigi to be able to go and see Prime Minister. Can you hear what I'm saying?
Loud and clear, and the world are listening. Biafrans are listening as well.
Okay. For example, fact on Mabot now. Ada Diorama, all those, that she went there, she was not very close to Brigi because of her previous character of breaking away to the camp of Madame Bao Bao. Because of that, and by the time she came back, still she was not so relaxed with Brigi. But she wanted to go and see Prime Minister. She wanted to go and see Prime Minister. She did not ask the permission of Ngozi Orebeze, who is the leader of a USB charger. Neither the permission of Ogechikunkere, because already she felt that Ogechikunkere has not yet pardoned her. But we saw Ada Diorama surprisingly at the court. Isn't it what happened? Wasn't that what happened? We saw Ada Diorama together with Pastor Bam Bam and all other guys. And eventually, that was the first time we saw Brigi members embracing our. So that person coming with that narrative that the people wanted to go and the Ogechukwu encourage them. It's a complete fallacy. We don't need permission from Ogechukwu because it's not a Finnish police, or it's not the prime. It's not the prime minister of Finland. So it's a cheap propaganda. But it's unfortunate. At times I saw some of those who were in the Nigerian army, and they say they're entering this struggle. At times you don't need to trust them. This is like what you call advocate. Some of the guys that were in the Nigerian army, and at times they say they enter into the struggle. At times you don't need to trust them. What you need to do is to watch people the way they behave. Because as we are talking now, the Hausas has risen up. Their members in the House of Representatives, especially from the Apuntua, Katsina State, they have bought weapons, which is flying the social media there, and they empowered their fellow Hausa people, constituent members, so that they will fight against bandits. If you watch right around in Nigeria, you see that the Hausas have risen up. They are there, giving them water, giving the Fulani, telling them to go back to where they come from. Why is it that the same people, Biafrans, cannot work under one umbrella? Now, that is that. I said, ask Ada Diorama, or rewind you up. You will see that Ada Diorama did not ask for permission. When she went to our PM, did not ask for anybody's permission, but he asked. So that propaganda, that one have already been trashed into the dustbin. Second one is this: Ogechukwu Nkere is not the president of Biafra because we have not yet. And having mean that we have got sovereignty, we don't use presidential system to start with. We have not been recognized to international best practices. for recognition of nations who are not yet sovereign states. So you mentioning, how can you be the president of Biafra? And at the same time, you also be the finance minister. That such a person making such a transit, he has what you call malatia in the brain. The person is very simple.
Exactly. It's misinformed.
Mr. Ogechukwu has been complained. Just as he has been working secretly, under Mazinam without complaint. Why are you bringing complaint? You are saying that I will take charge of one state, entire state, from one state to the other state, meaning our military is supposed to have of one state entirely. After that, counties, as per what? So you are trying to tell us that you are now more clever than Mazinam Dekano. Don't you understand the meaning of conventional warfare and guerrilla, what we call asymmetric warfare? Don't you know the differences? Just the same question that people like us asked acting defense minister when he was saying, let them decentralize the military. I said, what are you saying? The template of Mazinam Dekano is concentration, not decentration. That we brought them from all over to the center of Biafra, where they will all die. However, that was the way he made the statement, and which made that center to be the base, the mortal. So you coming out in this evening trying to transmoggle a template of Mazinam Dekano, it's either the person is sick in the brain or is playing the template of the zoo. We don't have to change the template that our leader has already set aside. There is nothing like conquering from one state to other. And the worst aspect of it is that you are discouraging people from participating. Will you use a bare hand to go and conquer an entire state? And moreover, lastly, who stopped you from going there to conquer the state and coming to tell us the result? And lastly, before I conclude, you said that CRC is in charge. So you're supposed to be telling us what CRC have achieved, not to still be coming, relaxing, looking at what the one is. Yeah, the one that you said is not in charge. Why? You see, when you give people too much liberty, and especially as we are, and the major instrument we use for communication is online, everybody seems to have the opportunity to be airing nonsense from their vocal cavities. You see, if people are serious, they should follow their master. Very simple. Okay, since then that they have been threatening you, you have suspending your father, right? You have expelled. Is it not an audio expulsion? I'm asking a question. Is it not an audio expulsion? Okay. Yeah. The person you said you are suspending or you are giving a vote of no confidence has the key to that particular thing you're claiming that you are under a CRC or you are trying to be in charge of. And the CRC, remember, we are not yet a sovereign state. It's just a subsidiary of brigade, just like CRC is just like, in fact, the liaisons are more greater than CRC because liaisons has presidents recognized by their different countries of residence and has code number. What is the code number of CRC? What is the code number of registration of CRC? It's operating under the code number of registration by Ogechukwu. This is what these people don't know. At times, the zoo, that is a Mayugon Diego. Lesson has been taught to them, but each time they see misbehaving like people that have less experience, they'll be saying, they are following you, they are following you, without knowing that bridge never falls, because we are following a rule of law and the principle laid down by our founding fathers. Because all these things that started from Ojukwu started before Ojukwu, and Ojukwu followed it. Then came Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and then Mazi Nnamdi Kanu let Simon Ekpa to understand this is the template, and Simon Ekpa followed it, and that is where we are. We don't behave like mad people. I say, how can you go and you are an employee, you are working a company, registered company, and after receiving your balances, the next thing you did is that you said you are going to suspend your employer. Which court will tell you that you are right? That this was registered. They just thought that it is just online. That is, I cannot phantom this particular kind of behavior. I cannot phantom it. Assuming that those people behind this vote, so-called vote of no, audio vote of no confidence, we are illiterate. There have been some people who went to school purportedly, it's better to say purportedly, from America. So I don't know the meaning of the base, the foundation of a structure. The foundation of a structure, if it is the foundation of a structure, they don't understand it. Couple of modus operandi. So to crown it all, man, to crown it all, tell them that Adadi Orama went to Finland without taking permission from anybody. So they should stop fooling themselves. Yes. And if the is their orga, whether they like it or not, that intelligence should understand that in government, especially that of in exile, that has not yet got its full recognition or sovereignty, you have to togetherly follow your leader, whether it is a small boy or small girl, hence that is your leader, you follow that your leader. Whether the person speaks English or speaks English, or speaks Abakaliki or speaks Igbo or North Korea, hence is your leader, you have to follow him. And based on our law, defense and finance are the same. Those that are not in the department are not allowed to know what is happening. It is only those that are in this department that have right to know it. And for your confirmation, those that are in defense and in finance, all of them. So you might there. Before you are satisfied. You are on duty, hence you know that this is a government. You have to do. Contribute, and clap for your soldiers, clap for your defense ministers, personnel, and clap for your finance personnel. Very, very simplicity. I give my mic. God bless you.
Thank you so much. His academic kindness, the only educated black man, the entirety of Europe. A man, whenever you speak, there is wisdom in your words. We really appreciate you, sir, for coming here to educate our people and to set the record straight. You have said it all. Onye nwere ntị, ya nụrụ ihe akwụkwọ nsọ na-agba ndị kwere na Chukwu Okike Abịama. Academic kindness has spoken, and he said it very clear for people to understand. You don't need any permission from our acting Prime Minister Ogechukwu Nkere to visit the Prime Minister, because Ogechukwu Nkere is not the Prime Minister of Finland. Neither is he the one who is going to approve your visa. Neither is he the police who is going to check you in the airport. Ogechukwu Nkere is not the police. He's not the Finnish Prime Minister. So why do you think that he's going to give approval before you can enter, go to see the Prime Minister. It does not. So that insinuation propaganda this day is laid to rest. When you hear them say that Ogechukwu prevented anybody from going to see Obatobie, ask them why didn't he prevent Adandocho? Why didn't he prevent Ada from going? That is a lie from the pit of hell. So my wonderful Biafrans, I really appreciate every one of you. I think this is the time for us to, converge in the space and continue our awareness creation. I appreciate every one of you who joined me. Please, if you have not shared this, please try and share it. Let them understand their propaganda will never sell. They will continue to cry. And if you say you are in charge, that Ogechukwu Nkere is suspended, CRC is in charge, why are you at the same time coming to poke nose into what Ogechukwu Nkere is doing for Brigi? You are in charge. So we expect you to give us updates of how you are taking the issue of Biafra to Washington, D.C. And why are you discouraging people from supporting their freedom? The proof is that you are an agent of the state. You should desist from doing that. And let me remind every one of them, we are taking record of everybody atrocities, every in this freedom that we are fighting. Ihe ọbụla i metere, iji isi gị wee buru. Onye mee nke ọma, edebara ya ha n'akwụkwọ. Imekwana nke ọjọọ, edebara gị ya n'akwụkwọ. Ụbọchị nta, anyị niile ga-achụkwa ya n'Owere nchi. If your cup full, the Biafran government, the Biafran law, when Biafra is restored, we really ask you questions, and you must have to answer to the Biafran people. Having said that, I appreciate everybody who joined me. I salute our Prime Minister. I salute our leader. I salute our acting Prime Minister, Ogechukwu Nkere. I also salute the Information Minister, Mazi Soni Akbarawa. The Biafran Defense Forces, I appreciate the good work that they are doing. Commander General Gentle, 3-star General Igwe Butuzo, Liquid Metal, and every one of them who are protecting and standing very strong for our people. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama continue to be with each and every one of you. Airborne to the Biafran Defense Forces, please subscribe to my channel. Ndewonu, and see you on X as we continue to preach this message of restoration and liberation to the Biafran nation. Bye from here.